An intimate service at Westminster Abbey this morning commemorated 80 years since the Battle of Britain. The Prime Minister was one of fewer than 100 guests to attend, with invitations limited due to coronavirus. It was the first service the Abbey has held since lockdown, with parallels drawn between the battle fought by RAF pilots then and that of NHS staff now. Martha Fairley was there.
With pomp and ceremony, but also with screens and face masks, it was a small congregation that gathered at Westminster Abbey, among them the Prime Minister and leader of the opposition, but no members of the royal family or RAF veterans at this service commemorating the Battle of Britain, at a time where there is now a new invisible enemy.
And once again, we have a front line, one that has seen a great cost borne by the National Health Service and its support staff. Although starkly different events, each of them has two things that are so important for our humanity: service and value.
Hurricanes come home.
September the 15th, 1940 was the decisive moment in the Battle of Britain, when 630 Royal Air Force fighters repelled more than 1,000 Luftwaffe aircraft, forcing Hitler to postpone plans to invade Britain.
The few that we talk about are absolutely, we should recognise the bravery and sacrifice, but also to think about the many who were there on the ground, whether they were engineers, technicians, whether they were armourers, or whether they served on the radar stations. It was everyone that contributed and played their part. And for the Great Britain, that is such a special time.
Because of coronavirus, this is one of only a handful of events that's been able to take place to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. But for Westminster Abbey, this is also a significant day, the first major service that's been held here since the country went into lockdown in March.
So there'd be 2,000 normally for the Battle of Britain service. There were 200 today. That said, Westminster Abbey, with 200 people in it, and the band of the RAF and the standards, I mean, it's pretty special.
And in the sky above the Abbey, the tribute continued. A flypast of 3 Spitfires and a Hurricane, paying their respects to all those who sacrificed so much to protect the nation. Martha Fairley, ITV News, Westminster Abbey.